News Online, Monday, November 10, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the Super 6 finalists for the 2025 Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Awards. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Lasco Chin Foundation and the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica's poverty rate has dropped from 16.7% to 8.2%. As the government's economic program begins to pay off, our country is heading towards sustained growth. We are building Jamaica. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
8 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, November 4, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. I want to say good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, thank you so much for joining us on your radio. We appreciate your company there. If you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's Nationwide 90 FM LIVE with the number 2 beside that. Go on over there and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I want to say good morning to those of you in the YouTube chat who are joining us this morning. I'm seeing David Nebar. Top of the morning to you, David. Also seeing in the YouTube chat, Ines Campbell Murray, Rider 40, good morning to you as well. Rupert Wilson, SH, good morning to you all. Rohan Stadhard, Albert Morgan, good morning. Monique Hunter, Dawn, top of the morning to you as well. Cordia Chambers, good morning to you. Yes, and all the others in the YouTube chat who don't necessarily comment, but you are in the YouTube family. Good morning to you. Those on our website, revonews.ai, listening or watching, good morning to you. And if you are on our app, mobile app, it's Revo News on the Google Play and the Apple App Store. Top of the morning to you as well. Thank you so much for making it Nationwide 90 FM. Before I jump into anything else this morning, I want to say happy birthday to my very good friend Jadana Murphy. Happy birthday to you, Jadana. Hope you have an amazing day, and I pray that the Lord will continue to bless you and keep you and may his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you and grant you his peace both now and forevermore. Amen. A whole benediction, guys. Well, happy birthday to you, Jadana. Have an amazing day, and I'll see if I can link you later. In? I got you. All right? Happy birthday, Jadana. All right. So, happy birthday also to Jada. Jada in the sales department is celebrating her birthday today. Jada, come out, people, today in our nice dress and our nice heels. Big up yourself, Jada. Have an amazing day. Birthday at work, you know. But big up yourself, Jada, every time. All right, just before I go to the break, and just to let you know that at 9:15 this morning, we will have an interview with the Jamaica Customs Agency. And, of course, we will be talking about the clearance of humanitarian and disaster relief supplies. Those items, the Customs Agency did put out an advisory to say that some fees will be waived for relief items. Bringing in relief items to the country. There's a list, but we'll go further in details when we have that interview. But guys, I sent some videos to the WhatsApp, but I'll talk about it, and as soon as you have them, you can just put them up. But I went to St. Anne on Sunday with a team, a charity organization called the Lucky Clover Foundation. Team of young people trying to do their part, in assisting Jamaica to get back to some state of normalcy, rebuilding Jamaica. And we went to the Runaway Bay area in St. Anne and did some work at the Runaway Bay Primary and Infant School. But what I really want to highlight is a family that I visited when we passed the house, and then when we got to the school, myself and two others went back to that house. We saw the elderly lady on the veranda, and we went down there. It's a brother and sister, and 69 and 68 years old, just a year apart, but they're living there by themselves. Essentially, they had some tenants, but because of the major damage to their roof, the tenants, they aren't really there, and the rent is what they relied on to sustain them on a monthly basis, and some pension as well. And I was moved because even in the midst of the ruins, I will call it, because everything in the house was basically just wet. They managed put back a little part of the roof somewhere, or tear down what they needed to tear down. But when we were speaking to the brother, Mr. Ridgard, I'm not remembering his first name right now, he said after the hurricane there was rain again, probably like a day or 2 days after. And he said the water coming down through the roof was just like a river, and they could do nothing. There is some shelter, so and the house is, if you're watching on YouTube, the house is right by the gully. So this is the gully that the house is by. This is one of their beds outside. That's the gully. The house is right by the gully. And they said during the hurricane, the water came all the way up, threatening to come over into the house. Their beds are wet. See the beds there outside. Thank God the structure is okay. There they are. His sister, unable to move easily. She's shaking all over. She's not able to walk properly. As you can see there, she's holding on. So the roof, major damage to their roof. Thank God the structure of the house is still okay. But, they're just there. And why I was moved, it's because they're there by themselves. They're elderly people, and they're not able to move around. In the clip earlier, you saw another lady on the veranda. Mr. Ridgard said that lady came to their assistance and has been helping them since the hurricane. When my friend went back to give them a case of water, that lady was there, trying to cook some food for them. And I'm reaching out to say, if you can assist in any way, they are along the main road. They're right at the entrance of the community called Bel Air in Runaway Bay. They said it's the Runaway Bay main road. And if you can assist in any way, they're there. They have no way to communicate right now. So it makes no sense for me to give a number. But they just really want to get the roof back together. Because as it is right now, because it's dry, there's no water. But if it should rain at any point in time, it's going to come down on them all at once. They have nowhere else to go. That's their house. And I see that the narrative going around that there is not much help going to the other parishes, and it's not just St. Elizabeth. You know, we're aware and we're doing our best to, you know, get it out there for all the other parishes. So I'm happy that I was able to join with this group to go to St. Anne. And throughout all that we've seen, the constant is the resilience of the people. The resilience of the people. In the Bel Air community, there was a shop that had a generator. And the people were just going about, fixing back what they can, doing what they can, washing the wet up clothes. Them were probably wash all about the place in the flooding, and they're just about doing what they can. And for those of us who are in a better situation, do what you can as well. All right? So there are several, and the mayor of St. Anne was on. There's so much more to say. The mayor of St. Anne, he was on this, St. Anne's Bay. He was on this morning talking about the state of the parish. And believe it or not, there are some areas in St. Anne, Cave Hill, still underwater right now. There are some areas in St. Anne where people lost their house completely. As we were driving through, every other, if not every, at some point, power line and pole, utility pole down, broken, down, leaning. No electricity in any part of St. Anne unless you have a generator. So let's do what we can. I'm going to take a break now, and when we come back, we will have the Jamaica Customs Agency.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:20.
Me grew up as my granny save her money under her mattress.
But at an old time something, that's where I save my money in the bank. And because I want to buy a little house, I also save in a building society. We have to be smart with how we save our money.
So what if the bank crash?
Well, that's where JDIC comes in. Make I tell you something. With the JDIC Deposit Insurance Scheme, once you save your money in a commercial bank, merchant bank, or building society, your deposit is covered up to a maximum of $1.2 million per depositor per financial institution if the institution fails. All the information that you need is available at jdic.org, and you can follow their social media platform for more information.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
On Monday, November 10, tune in to Cliff Hughes Online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. when LASCO, in partnership with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, proudly announces the Super 6 finalists for the 2025 Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Awards. Meet the Super 6, Jamaica's finest: Constable Monique Bartley, Corporal Stephen Smith, Corporal Rojeanne Holt, Detective Corporal Chadwick Williams, Constable Chantel Powell, and Detective Corporal Livy Evans. Finalists for the prestigious 2025 LASCO JCF Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Award. Tune in to Cliff Hughes Online as we highlight and celebrate the outstanding service, leadership, and community impact of the Super 6. So tune in to Cliff Hughes Online Monday, November 10 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the Super 6 finalists for the 2025 Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Awards. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Lasco Chin Foundation and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Welcome back to the Consumer Hour here on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton, and as I said earlier, we do have an interview with the Chief Information Officer at the Jamaican Customs Agency, Andre Williams. And at this time, many people have questions about bringing in relief supplies into the island and if there are any fee waivers. And so we have the right person to answer all those questions for you. Good morning to you, Andre.
Good morning to you, and good morning to our listeners.
Awesome. So, how are you? Before I go into the interview,
I'm doing okay. I am really feeling it for those who have been adversely affected. There's still a lot of need for help, and of course, these donations go a far way in assisting those who have practically nothing. So, really happy and important that we get this done in a very timely,
absolutely,
efficient way. Yes.
Andre, at this time, as you know, we've been hearing on the news through the press conferences, and based on what we can see on social media, there is a lot of aid supplies coming into the island. How is the customs agency responding to this influx of humanitarian aid and ensuring that efficiency is maintained throughout this process?
Right. As you rightly said, there is a lot of aid that is coming in from international donors, local institutions, and so on. So really happy for that. That has been the priority of the agency, and of course our operations and the personnel have been mobilized to ensure that once these relief consignments or shipments get here, they are prioritized, they are inspected, all the necessary documentation is done, and that the goods are released in the care of the respective authorities. So we have at the national level, we have at the private level, and so forth. So it is a priority, and so far we have been doing a very good job in coordination with the other parties, ODPEM, the Civil Aviation Authority, and others to get these relief consignments off and on their way to those persons who need it.
Thank you for that. Now, a lot of aid is coming through established organizations, but I know that there may be some individuals overseas who may be trying to send supplies or Jamaicans who may be trying to get some stuff from overseas who are here in Jamaica but just trying to get things in bulk from overseas. How would you best advise individuals who are trying to get relief supplies in to do it? What's the best way you'd advise them to do that?
Well, let me outline to you the various categories.
Right.
And it varies according to the circumstances and the quantity. So, of course, for those large shipments that's international donors at the national level, we encourage them to do that through ODPEM. And there's already a framework that is established between ODPEM, the Jamaica Customs Agency, and other authorities, the Ministry of Health, Agriculture, etc. And those are prioritized, expedited, and then, of course, the largest move it into temporary storage areas. So persons can reach out to ODPEM. We have that information on our website, and they can get the necessary details in regards to how to consign those goods, and those are moved seamlessly. Because it's not just to get it here, but the logistics to get it into the hands of persons. So that's at the national level.
Right.
But as you rightly asked, there are private donations, and those could be large donations as well. And that is where our charitable organizations come in. We do have a number of registered charitable organizations, Food for the Poor, many others. And many international donors have also been coordinating with the charitable institutions where there are goods designated for particular groups, etc. And they also benefit from the tax relief on customs duties and GCT. And, of course, that is coordinated through the charitable organization, and those are being prioritized as well. Now, there are other persons who may be wanting to assist where there's a lot of damage to schools, infrastructure, and that is where the National Education Trust comes in. They are the coordinating body who represents the school, and so persons can also reach out to NET if there is that. They are charitable institution as well, and they will coordinate the benefits for the rebuilding, repairs of schools, etc.
Right.
So you have the personal or private contributions from persons, for example, family members, etc.
Right.
And that is where the Ministry of Finance has approved for a specified list of items in coordination with the Jamaica Customs Agency. and that has been published on our website. Now, the national needs list that was developed by the government of Jamaica, the Commission has authorized specific items from that list. It is very closely aligned, and of course, they are able to benefit from the relief of import duties and GTP for those items that have been approved, and that is accessible via our website with all the details as opposed to benefit and, of course, to make the submission. Right? So if you're sending to our relatives, etc., there are a number of items that are listed there that persons can import free of 2% taxes.
Okay, and as Mr. Williams said, if you go to the Jamaica Customs Agency website, that is jca.gov.jm. There is the list. It's big and bold as soon as you get on the website. The list of disaster relief items.
Right, and I just want to remind our listeners of some of these. Things like clothing, cleaning products, etc., mattress, bed linen, bath linen, of course, non-perishable food. There's solar floodlights, gloves, small generators, fuel containers, water purification kits, disposable masks, etc. So there are a number of items that are deemed of urgent need by those who are affected, and persons are able to benefit from this particular incentive.
And this duty-free period is until when?
So this goes up until the 28th of November, as was approved by the ministry. So once the goods land in Jamaica before that time, then they are eligible for this waiver of import duties and taxes. And let me state again that these are items that are designated to be contributed to persons and that are not for resale.
Right. And for those who will be going through with this, what documentation or what do they need to ensure that when they get to the point of clearance that it's a smooth process?
But it's the standard documents. Persons normally give to their freight forwarders their ID, tax registration number. It's always good to have a packing list and with as best as possible values, if there are invoices, etc. They can provide that. And of course, the customs declaration is being done by the freight forwarder, shipping agent, or the other persons who may be using the services of a courier as well. Bear in mind online shopping. So persons will just provide the standard list of documents as just mentioned, and that will be processed and released.
All right. I see in the YouTube chat someone saying, I want to fly down with 12 flashlights, 25 emergency radios, and 34 power bank solar chargers. What fees and steps will I need to be aware of?
Right. So the persons who may be taking items with them, of course, they'll also be able to benefit from this tax relief. You know that some persons were returning home now. There are many persons, for example, my family, were delayed because of the closure of the airports, and these persons are now able to carry a few items, of course. They made this determined that they want to ship it as well, and they'll also be able to benefit from this tax relief.
Okay. Great. And is there anything else that you would like the public to know as it relates to customs duties or assistance in this time? Right.
So we have all the information packaged there for the various categories that we just mentioned. At the national level, through ODFEM, the charitable institutions, for schools, and for private donations. I encourage persons to visit our website for all the details. And if it is that you need any additional information, please feel free to email us at emergencyreliefclearance@jca.gov.jm. And we also have public.relations@jca.gov.jm.
One more time with those email addresses.
So it is emergencyreliefclearance@jca.gov.jm and public.relations@jca.gov.jm. And
as soon as you said those email addresses, I saw someone in the comments asking, what if I sent my items before the deadline, but they came in after?
Right. So I know there are some discussions that are taking place as to whether there may be an extension of the benefits, but for now, that's a fear that the ministry has actually approved. And so we await any further instructions, right? But of course, there has been a date that was determined that the items need to be getting here, and this is for the general public at the individual level. All the others that we discussed in regards to at the national level through ODPEM, charitable institutions, National Education Trust, all of those are this. Right? And so persons will choose the one that best suits their situation.
Another question here on YouTube, someone asking for the generators. Is the waiver for the wattage or the wattage or the water rating? Not sure if you can answer
the running capacity. Right. Right. I think for now, we'll provide some more clarity on that. That was a question that we received just earlier.
Okay.
This afternoon, and we'll just quickly update that to for clarity for everyone. So right now it is at 5,000 watts. The person is asking about startup capacity versus running capacity.
Okay.
And we'll just update that line with that information.
All right. So an update on that will be coming, but it's 5,000 watts at the moment.
At the moment.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Williams, for joining us. All the best to yourself and your team as you do your part in helping Jamaica get back to some state of normalcy.
Thank you, and all the best to you too.
All right. That was Mr. Andre Williams. He is Chief Information Officer at the Jamaica Customs Agency, talking to us about the relaxation of those duty fees, customs fees that will be in place until November 28 for a specific list of items that have been deemed relief items, disaster support items, and that list is on the customs website. It's jca.gov.jm. So if you want to assist in bringing down any items or sending any items, then and you want to benefit from that waiver, then ensure that you are within that list. All right. And Mr. Williams did say there are conversations being had about the extension of this deadline, but right now it is November 28th. So if you want to assist, I would suggest you get the ball rolling now so that you can be within that period. We're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we open the phone lines for you and we will take your calls.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:35.
Every road, every ride, Burt's Auto Parts and KYB have you covered. From October 24, 2025 to January 30, 2026, get 15% off when you purchase 2 or more KYB shocks at any Burt's location. Plus, enjoy 10% off installation at Burt's Service Center. And for a limited time, you also get a gift with every KYB shocks purchase. So whether it's pothole, corners, or smooth highways, ride in comfort and confidence with KYB shocks from Burt's Auto Parts. Conditions apply. It hurts if you don't check Burt's.
This is a public service announcement from JPS. The technical support hub for the JPS Customer Care Center, located in Western Jamaica, has suffered infrastructural damage. This means customers may experience some difficulty getting through on the toll-free line. Customers can, however, make contact with the company via web chat on its website at jpsco.com, on its social media pages at MyJPSOnline, and through the MyJPS mobile app. JPS thanks you for your patience and understanding at this time. That was a public service announcement from JPS. Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton, and we're taking your calls now. The numbers to call 876-630-9371. That goes up to 4, and 618-6730. Those are the numbers to call. Just before we go to the phone lines, I'm seeing a comment in the YouTube chat. Nora, can you call out the taxi drivers on the halfway tree to Papine route who have increased the fare? Imagine some of these university students already impacted and they have to be paying more fare. Now, I heard the Minister of Transport, Daryl Vaz, mentioning this very thing at one of the press briefings some time ago. And it baffled me because why would you, if at any time, why would you choose now? With the state that our country is in, to be fair, to a much lesser extent, Kingston, St. Andrew, parts of St. Catherine. But why would you choose now to increase fares without official approval? I just cannot understand it. And I did hear the minister saying that the Transport Authority and the other authorities will be acting and ensuring that those who are doing this are caught. Well, Minister, here is a route that you can start on. Halfway tree to Papine. We have reports of overcharging on that route. No, of all times, no. Boy, I tell you, Jamaica, we are the best at times, and we can be the worst at times. Michael, good morning.
Morning, Dr. Nora Banton. How are you this morning, miss?
I'm all right, Michael. How are you?
You do something good up in the Blue Mountain here.
Good.
This girl passed through, and she makes some big party and thing, but it already damaged the structure,
Yes.
But like all the farm and the farm roads, man, she clean up the place, man. But it don't bother us down the country when I say down the country, but that don't say enough work no need to go on up here, Even the bridge when I tell you, say, Robert Field, Davis Field, West Field, the same corner garden, Those people stall over there for days, Miss Ma. Yeah, Nora. They say people stall over there for days. The first man who come over is a big truck driver, them car around the bottom, and the first man could have come across the river, And he could have washed the car. Mr. Brown, he cut the tune, said you go cross there, you will wash down into Yellow Span. But outside of that, Miss Mac, we have to give to Miss Nora, we have to give thanks,
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And the people them down at St. Elizabeth and down in the West, we wish them all the best and the survivement so them to get out of like them give them with no delay. It coming like we have to go build over Jamaica again, man.
Well, there are some sections of the island that we will have to rebuild completely. I don't know if you've seen any pictures or videos of Black River, but the town is completely flat. And so I'm sure Black River will need a complete restructuring. There are other towns, smaller areas in the country that will need complete rebuilding. Everything is flat. So yes, you are right. Rebuilding will be necessary.
I like how this girl here angry system, man, can put PNP and JLP to get together, unite and build the country, because divide will fall and unite to restart.
Absolutely.
The both of them have to come together and build back this country here.
Yes, indeed. Now is not time for the division or the politics to be at play.
This is mix up,
Everybody
you know,
has to
they
do
have
their part.
The two of them will put them there. Not me, the people, and put the two of them there to do them work, and we want proper work from them without no mix up and throw word from one another. The two of them to come together and reason out the thing how to go and build back this beautiful island of Jamaica.
Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you so much for that.
Dr. Nora Banter, I would have said more, you know, but I know say I have some more call I want to say something, and I wish you all the best, and I want your doctorate from you. You hope you got that.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much for calling. I'm happy to hear from Michael. See some persons in the YouTube chat. It seems like they were waiting to hear from him as well. Michael is alive and safe up in the Blue Mountain. He was one of them earlier before the hurricane hit, who was telling us that it looked like it did before Gilbert came to Jamaica. And the damage is to similar extents or probably even greater. The difference is, you know, Gilbert kind of ravaged through the entire island. But some parts of Jamaica were truly spared. And, you know, if anything, if there's any glimmer of hope, then we can look at that. You know, it wasn't, you know, a complete overhaul. There are some sections of the island, and Kingston spared the worst of Hurricane Melissa. And so at least one section of the island can be up and running where economic activity is concerned, so that we're not just all on our faces. And it has proven to be of great assistance, because many groups and individuals from this end of the island have mobilized to send help on to the west. And so for that, we are grateful. We're up on a break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will continue taking your calls.
Fill all your prescriptions. Get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:45.
Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas?
A paint tough enough for my messy grandkids. Perfect color matching for my living room.
Paint that covers in fewer coats, you know. A finish that stands up to sun or rain, you know.
BH Paints has you covered. Now up to 25% off.
Be one of the first 200 monthly to register on championsofcolor.com and get a free gallon of BH New Ultimate Advanced Formula. No purchase required.
All I want for Christmas is BH Paints.
Discounts available at BH Paint stores and participating hardwares.
On Monday, November 10, tune in to Cliff Hughes Online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. when LASCO, in partnership with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, proudly announces the Super 6 finalists for the 2025 Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Awards. Meet the Super 6, Jamaica's finest: Constable Monique Bartley, Corporal Stephen Smith, Corporal Rojen Holt, Detective Corporal Chadwick Williams, Constable Chantel Powell, and Detective Corporal Livy Evans. Finalists for the prestigious 2025 LASCO JCF Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Award. Tune into Cliff Hughes Online as we highlight and celebrate the outstanding service, leadership, and community impact of the Super 6. So tune into Cliff Hughes Online Monday, November 10 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's the Super 6 finalists for the 2025 Saluting Our Heroes Police of the Year Awards. All this and more only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by LASCO Chin Foundation and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Good morning. Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton, and we are taking your calls this morning. I have Fraser on the line. Good morning, Fraser.
Good morning. I know everybody's out of power and stuff, but we got back to Bridgeport, but the voltage is too high to the point where it burned a couple of points.
You're not coming in. You're not coming in very clearly, Fraser. Sorry about that.
You hear me any better now?
Go ahead.
I was saying the power came back in Bridgeport, where I live, but the voltage is so high that it burns the appliances. And we reported it, but we haven't seemed to be getting anywhere with the online reporting app. I don't know if on your side you could assist us.
Okay, so you're saying Bridgeport, there was power restored, but the voltage is too high. Appliances have been burned?
Damaged.
Damaged?
Yeah, even the surge protector is burned.
Okay, all right. So, well, we will pass that on to JPS as soon as we can. Hopefully they can look into that before it causes any further damage.
Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Melinda, good morning.
It has been burned.
You have to turn off your radio, okay? Morning.
Okay, morning. It's Melando.
Melando. Hi, good morning.
Hi, morning. I'm just calling to find out what is happening with the garbage collection. This is actually about 2 months now. No garbage has not been collected in Willowdene area.
This is Willowdene in St. Catherine?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, we can put a word out to Mr. Gordon.
And I heard persons have been calling from last week, and we have not seen any garbage truck passing through. Nothing at all. What is really happening? Because I've never seen this long time ago, but I've never seen it like this so long. Garbage has not been collected in Willowdene. And the flies, it is so horrible. It's good thing I have to be using the extra large garbage bags now to store the garbage.
All right, so we've noted that. Willowdene in St. Catherine, no garbage collection for about 2 months now. We will pass on this information to Mr. Audley Gordon, head of the NSWMA. He will pass it on to the parish director or coordinator. Not sure of the exact title, and I'm sure they will get on that as soon as possible. All right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. No problem at all. Voice of New York, good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry if you hear a little noise in the background. They're cutting some trees next to me, so if you hear a little noise, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Towards the lady that just talked about the garbage for 2 months. Now is not the time probably to be complaining, but the hurricane have blown 1 week now, so that means that garbage wasn't being collected for almost 2 months before the hurricane was blowing. That's unacceptable. And this is why we have so much problem in Jamaica, man. 2 months. I was in Jamaica one time and my garbage wasn't collected for 5 weeks. Why do we do this to ourselves, miss?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't speak specifically. I know there have been some complaints about availability of trucks. The government did add about 50 or so garbage trucks to the fleet of the NSWMA, but there is more that is needed clearly. But the NSWMA, I guess, is doing the best that they can with what they have.
Let's be fair. One of the problems that we have in Jamaica, the property tax that we pay it probably can't do the job. That's one of the problems. But government won't say it. And of course, nobody wants the property tax to go up. But if you're just paying, $16,000 for property tax, unfortunately, that can't cut it. Just to put that out there, to be fair to the government. But we have to come to some middle ground to say this is what it is. Now, as far as the taxi drivers, the one in the area that wasn't affected by the hurricane, they shouldn't be raising their fare, absolutely. But the ones in the affected area, are they getting any help? Like, why like some of those gas stations have been devastated. why the government cannot go and park a truck there and give these taxi drivers some assistance with gasoline?
Which
What are we doing?
taxi drivers?
Okay, the taxis in the west, like Montego Bay.
Yes.
A lot of the gas stations has no fuel and they have no electricity.
Right.
Why we can't have portable trucks that give especially taxi drivers and emergency vehicle gasoline for free?
Why taxi drivers?
Because they're the one who's transporting people around.
They're to be fair, Voice of New York, I don't think there is any proper real taxi service operating in some sections of Westmoreland
the places that they get around in right now, the places that they can get around. Montego Bay,
those taxi operators are probably trying to fix their own homes at the moment. Voice of New York. To be very fair.
Well, some of them on the street, right? Still trying to do what they can do, but they need assistance from the government. They need assistance. That's the point I'm making. The ones who are trying to help people. I know someone is a nurse. I have to get to Quality Regional Hospital. And by the way, before I go, Quality Regional Hospital didn't have no water yesterday. No water. What about the?
You can understand. You can understand why, though.
Unless if. Okay, so
to be very frank with you, Voice of New York, I'm not sure if you are here in Jamaica or if you're seeing any of the images and videos of what is really happening here in Jamaica. But you don't seem to be in touch with what is truly happening here in Jamaica. And so what are you going to allow me to speak? Are you going to allow me to speak?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. And I've listened to you, and you seem to be a bit disconnected with what is happening. Offering free gas to taxi operators right now, I don't think is of any use to anybody in the West right now. There's no water in some sections of the island because there is no electricity. Pumps have to be operated. Generators probably running from the hurricane started. There's a lot happening in the country right now. Voice of New York.
Okay, I understand that. I trust me. I've seen the video. Heard from my family. Some of them cut off. The question I'm asking for coverage of the water. Shouldn't they have a backup system just in case a hurricane like this? They have a backup system that they can pump the water. I stay at the hotel, El Greco, and they had a huge backup system. They had a huge backup system, and that was the hotel. So unless if they tell me the backup system got damaged, unless if they tell me that, then I could understand.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your views and thoughts, Voice of New York. I appreciate the call. Yeah, man. It is. Let me just say this before we wrap up and go. It's important that we don't just speak because, we can. Everybody has ideas of how things can be better right now. Everybody has a better plan. This could have been done better. That could have been done better. But it's important that we understand that this was a Category 5 hurricane. 2, never before seen, felt in Jamaica. There is a lot that it's just out of place. It just cannot be done right now. Many things will have to start over from scratch. So let's just be in tune with what is happening and be wise before we comment. That's all the time we have for the Consumer Hour this morning. We're going to make way now for Cliff Hughes Online.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM.